Okay, academic writing. What is academic writing? It is the kind of writing you will be doing in university. So it is formal writing. It is different. I want to say this again. It is different from writing an essay. It is different from writing a novel, and it is different from writing a short story. Academic writing is obviously or generally used for letters or anything formal that you will be using in your formal life. Whenever you speak, whenever you write a message to your doctor, to the university department, or anything formal. So it is different from writing essays. It is different from writing novels, and it is a special writing for itself. It is the kind of writing you will be doing in university. The purpose of it is to explain something or to give information about something. I think this is clear. So you use it to explain something, maybe a problem or anything else, or to give information for your doctor or anyone else, information you want to give them. And must be formal. It has some rules. Okay, academic writing requires some skills, which includes sentence structure, as we said before, simple sentences and complex sentences and compound sentences. And the fourth type is compound complex sentences. It requires also the skill of organization, how you organize your paragraph, how do you put the sentences together. It also requires grammar skills and punctuation. Okay, the grammar skills will be easy because most of us took grammar 1 and grammar 2. And it requires some skills in punctuation. When you capitalize and when you put comma and the period and so on. Okay, part 1. We'll be discussing organization. A paragraph. What is a paragraph? A paragraph, it is a group of related sentences about a single topic. The topic of a paragraph is one and only one idea. So you should keep that in mind, that a paragraph is a group of related sentences. The most important something about paragraph that must be about one single topic, one single idea. If you want to talk about your family, don't talk about your friends. If you want to talk about your friends, don't talk about your family. If you want to talk about A, don't talk about B. It must be one idea and only one idea. We'll be discussing this later in what is called paragraph unity, that one paragraph must be united in the ideas and in the topic. Okay, now let's talk about the important things. What are the parts of the paragraph? Okay, the paragraph contains 4 parts. لا مش لازم نكون ماخذين جرامر 2، تمام؟ ولا حتى جرامر 1، لأنه ممكن جرامر 1 شوية، لكن هي المادة بالآخر بتعطي أساسيات، فقط أساسيات لتعليم الكتابة، يعني فقط أساسيات، مش لسه يعني مش مادة مش عميقة كتير. والكتاب أساسا سيلف ليرنينج، يعني لو واحد مثلا بيقرأ لحاله بيقدر يفهم كل حاجة، فلا مش ضروري يكون الواحد ماخذ جرامر 2. جرامر 2 هذه لازم الواحد يكون ماخذها قبل ما ياخذ Academic Writing 2، حتنزل الفصل الجاي. Okay, the parts of a paragraph. The paragraph contains four things. The first is the title, واللي هو العنوان كنا عارفينه. The topic sentence. And the supporting sentences. Okay, let's focus that I said topic sentence, supporting sentences. So the topic sentence is just one sentence. The supporting sentences are several sentences, not just one sentence. The concluding sentence, it's also a one sentence. Let's discuss them generally or more obviously. Okay, let's first discuss the title. Each paragraph should have a title, and we all know that كل فقرة لازم يكون لها عنوان. العنوان بيحكي, it tells the topic in a few words. So if I want to talk about my family, the title will be family. So the reader, when he reads this paragraph, he will know that this whole paragraph will talk about family. It is short. It is not a complete sentence, okay? So we should know that a title is not a complete sentence. This is very important. It's not a complete sentence. Examples, my colleague, friendship, the last holiday, these all are not complete sentences. So it tells the topic, it gives some hints, orientations to the reader about what he is going to read. It tells it tells the reader what he's going about to read. And it is not a complete sentence. Okay, the second part of a paragraph, which is most important, and it includes the title in it, which is the topic sentence. The topic sentence is the first sentence in a paragraph. It names the topic, so the topic, العنوان موجود في التوبيك sentence. The topic, العنوان لازم يكون موجود في التوبيك sentence. Okay? It tells what the paragraph will explain about the topic. So if I have a topic which is family, اللقاء مسجل، فاللي مش هيحضر هالجيتا بإمكانه يحضر وهو مسجل. هاي أنا قاعد بسجل فيه. لكن اتأخرت شوي في التسجيل، يعني تقريبا يمكن دقيقة واحدة فقط، نسيت راح بالي. It tells what the paragraph will explain about the topic. The topic sentence is the most important sentence in a paragraph because it is the sentence that tells the reader what the paragraph will explain. Okay, it tells the reader what we will be discussing in this paragraph. The supporting sentences, okay, these sentences are not one sentence, they are a couple of sentences. They are the middle sentences in a paragraph. About the middle and the first, we will see this later in a form of academic writing paragraph. We will understand more what do I mean when I say the middle sentences and the topic sentence and the concluding sentence, that they come first, the last, and the middle. They give examples and details about the topic, okay? So they are the middle sentences and they give examples. They exemplify what does the topic sentence want to say. So we first have the topic, then we have the topic sentence. It tells us that this paragraph will discuss this and this and that. The supporting sentences, they exemplify and give details, more details about the topic sentence or about the paragraph wholly. Okay, the last part in a paragraph is the concluding sentence. It is the last sentence in a paragraph. It can repeat the topic sentence. Okay, the concluding sentence has two options. The first option, or the first form, is it can repeat the topic sentence in a different words, or it can summarize the main points. Okay, so the concluding sentence, I mean like supporting sentences, discuss main points, maybe point 1, point 2, and point 3. The concluding sentence, it can summarize these main points in a short sentences, or it can just repeat the topic sentence. This is very important. The concluding sentence, very important. It is just like the topic sentence. So it can repeat it, or it can summarize the main points that are mentioned in the supporting sentences. Okay. Right now, let's read a paragraph. This is a model example. Okay, we will not read. We will see what is the topic sentence and what is the title and where are the supporting sentences and what sentence is the concluding sentence. Okay, I got here a marker. Okay, my best friend. My best friend I think it is really easy. My best friend, I think this is really easy. My best friend is the title. هو العنوان. Okay, let's read the first sentence. As we said, the first sentence must be the topic sentence. So my best friend, Freddie, has three important qualities. My best friend, Freddie, has three important qualities. ماركر أصفر. هجيب له خليه أحمر. شلون أحمر؟ So this, my best friend, Freddie, has three important qualities, is the topic sentence. Okay, from reading the topic sentence, I understand that there is a best friend whose name is Freddie, and this best friend has three important qualities. So the whole paragraph will be discussing my friend Freddie, and we'll discuss also his three important qualities. And this is what we will see when we continue reading the paragraph. We have a friend and we have three important qualities, or anyhow, three qualities. So let's read. First, okay, maybe this is the first quality or the first trait. First, Freddie is always ready to have fun. Okay, this is the first quality, that he is always ready to have fun. Sometimes we play frisbee in the park. Sometimes we just sit around in my room, listening to music and talking. Well, I talk. Freddie just listens. Okay, it seems that this is the first quality. Next, we will be discussing, I think, the second quality of my friend Freddie. Until we reach the third quality, then we will finish. Because this is what the topic sentence says. It says that we will be discussing only three qualities. So the second quality is he is completely trustworthy. I can tell Freddie my deepest secrets, and he doesn't share them with anyone else. Third, okay, second, so the second quality of my friend is that he is trustworthy. I can trust him. So here is the second quality. The third quality, so I guess when we read and finish the third quality, we must finish the paragraph and reach the concluding sentence. This is what we will see, because this is academic paragraph. Third, Freddie understands my moods. When I am angry, he tries to make me feel better. When I'm sad, he tries to comfort me. When I'm happy, he is happy too. Okay, we finished the third quality. As you can see, we got topic sentence that said that we will be discussing three qualities. We discussed the first. Okay, we discussed the first paragraph, the first quality. Then we discussed the second. Then we discussed the third quality. After we discussed and finished what the topic sentence said, we will reach the concluding sentence. To sum up, my best friend is fun. Okay, let's see the pattern here. What is the form of the concluding sentence? Will it summarize, or it will just repeat the topic sentence? To sum up, my best friend is fun to be with, trustworthy and understanding, even if he is just a dog. So obviously, my friend Freddie is just a dog. This we don't care. We care about the form. To sum up, my best friend is fun to be with, trustworthy and understanding. Okay, so it seems that the concluding sentence summarized the main points. The first point, which was, where's the marker? The first point was he is ready to have fun, okay? And here it says, it's fun to be with. The second quality was he is completely trustworthy. And here we also find that he is completely trustworthy. So it summarizes the main points. Understanding even if He is just a dog. So the pattern or the form of the concluding sentence is just to summarize the main points. Okay, let's move that to. I think it's all clear. We analyzed the form of the paragraph. We will see this more in another paragraphs later. Okay, the paragraph form. We got two forms of a paragraph. The first form, which is handwritten paragraph. The second form, which is computer paragraph, that we will be writing on a Word application or Word app. Okay, let's first discuss the handwritten. The ink must be black or dark blue ink. This is obvious. Heading in the upper left corner. Okay, heading is this. Is this my name and the course name and the date. So first your full name, you write your full name, then on the line below, you write the course name and number. Okay, we will be discussing next or later if we capitalize the course name or not. Third, you write the date. The date is written like this. You first write the month, then you do not put a comma. You write the day, yeah, you write the day, then you put a comma and you write the year. So you write your full name, then you write the course name, then you write the date of this assignment or this paragraph is written. Okay, and we put the comma only after the day. We do not put a comma after the month. Do not do this mistake. Because commas and capitalizations and periods النقط والفواصل يا جماعة في المادة هذه بالأخص مهمات جدا. بتسيب فاصلة بروح عليك علامة، بتسيب نقطة بروح عليك علامة، كله بحسابه. فركزوا على النقط، ركزوا على النقط بيجوا في آخر الجملة، وركزوا على الفواصل كمان، كله هم يعني بروح منه علامات. Okay, the title العنوان. Center the title in the first line as we can see here. My classmate, we center it. This is in the handwritten. Write on each other line. Okay, in academic writing, you should make double spacing, which means you write on the first line, you leave the second line, and you write on the third, and so on. You leave the fourth, and you write on the fifth. You leave the sixth, and you write on the seventh. So leave a line between each two lines. This is called double spacing. Indent the first sentence. Move to the right. Indent, which means to space 5 times, or this is the indent. This space is indent called. You just push the first sentence a little bit to the right. Okay. The last something is margins. اللي هم الهوامش. Leave a little space on both the right side and the left side of the page. Leave a margin on the left and leave a margin on the right. The margin on the left is not a problem because will be a line, but the margin on the right, you must do it by yourself. You must count the words or do it just by eye measuring. That depends on you. This is about the handwritten paragraphs. The computer paragraph is just the same. The only difference is that we have a font style, which is Times New Roman. Okay, you must use this. You must use this font type or font style. Okay, do not use underlining. Do not use italics words and do not use bold type. All of these three things can be used in essays, but here in academic writing paragraph, do not use underlining. تحط خط تحت الكلمة. Do not use italics اللي هو تمييل الكلمة. و do not use bold type إنك تخلي الخط شوية غامق. Do not use these type of fonts in academic writing paragraphs. Okay, the heading and the title and the body and the margins, they are the same as the handwritten form. The heading, you put your name, then the course name, then you put the date, the day, the month, the day, then you put a comma, then you put the year. The title, we center it, as we said. The body, you indent a lot. There's a button in the computer, which is tab. It is found on the extreme left. It does the function of indent. So you just press it and it will do the whole function. And the margins are done by themselves on the Word application, so you don't bother yourself. Okay, the next slide. Okay, right now we'll be discussing, we finished the form of the paragraph. Right now we'll be discussing grammar and capitalization, and this is more important than the form of the paragraph. Grammar and capitalization. At first, we learned that a paragraph is a group of sentences about one topic. But how do you know that it is a sentence? Okay, we discussed before that a paragraph is a group of sentences, related sentences that talk about only one topic, about one idea. But about these sentences, we said that there are sentences, we have the concluding sentence, we have the topic sentence, and we have the supporting sentences. But how can I know if this is a correct sentence, a full sentence, a complete sentence, or if it is not a sentence? Let's first define sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. It starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. Okay, guys, you must focus on this. A full sentence, a complete sentence, a real correct sentence is a sentence that contains a subject. It contains also a verb, and the most important thing, it must express a complete thought. Okay, it must express a complete thought. The most important thing of all of these, it is about structure, that you must start your sentence with a capital letter and end it with a period. I think this is all we learn, all this in school, that we must start with capital letter and end with a period. P.S. An important note, a sentence may also end with a question mark or an exclamation point. علامة التعجب وعلامة الاستفهام. So the sentence doesn't have to end with a period, it can end with a question mark or an exclamation point. Okay? Okay. Right now, let's compare between two types of things. Correct sentences on the left and not correct sentences on the right. Okay, we got he is a student. He is the subject, right? We all know that he is the subject. Is the verb. It is a helping verb, auxiliary verb. He is a student. This sentence has a complete thought. It tells you, it informs you that this person, he is a student. So it does not miss anything. And also it starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. The second sentence, it is hot today, which has the subject, the verb, hot today, it expresses an opinion. So I'm telling you that it is hot today. It has a complete idea also. So this is a full sentence. Doesn't have any problems. The third sentence, he looks tired. Subject, verb, and tired, which is adjective. It also expresses a complete thought that I am telling you, giving you an idea or a thought that this person is tired. He was doing something and he's exhausted and he's tired right now. So it has a complete thought also. You understand from it a meaning. It doesn't leave you hanged in the air. بتوصل لك معنى كامل، ما بتخليك معلق هيك تسأل حالك أسئلة. خلص هو تعبان، الجو حار اليوم، هذا طالب، ما بتخليك معلق. Are you hungry? Okay, here we can see a question mark. Hurry. Okay, we will be discussing this type of sentences, which is command sentences. جمل الأمر that give commands. تعطي أوامر. Hurry that ends with exclamation point. The man bought a new car. Where did you buy that hat? Don't be late. These all are complete sentences. They all contain a verb, they all contain a subject, and they all contain a complete idea and a complete thought. Also, all of them begin with a capital letter and end with a period, or as we said, question mark or exclamation point. The second side, not sentences. The first not correct sentence is very athletic. Okay, when you read these three words, what do you understand? Is very athletic. I mean, like, who is very athletic? Who is that person? There is no subject. The person that carries this description, the athletic, the adjective, is not found. There is nobody that is very athletic. The subject is not found. So this sentence obviously missing a subject. I'm sad. Who is sad? It doesn't give you a complete idea, okay? It has a verb, okay? It has a verb. Is a verb, and am is a verb, but the subject is missing, is missed. So it's not a sentence. The third sentence, the baby sleepy. So there's a gap here. فيها فجوة. The baby sleepy. Okay, the baby sleepy, but there is something missing. There's a verb. The something that does the function that conveys the idea is missing, which is the verb. The baby sleepy. The first sentence. They running. Okay, they running. Okay, but where is the verb? The man bought. Okay, here is a different type of sentences. Here we got the subject, we got the verb. But we have to note something, that there is some verbs that must take an object. These verbs we will be discussing them later in the next slide, I think. So the man bought. The man bought what? What did the man bought? You left me hanged here. I mean, like, you told me the man bought and you stopped. So there is something missing. There's some verbs that need to take an object. I have, you have what? Or I put, you put what? Or I need, you need what? There is an object missing. Okay, this is about the first part. The final part of sentences, which doesn't convey a complete idea. When I finish my education. Okay, let's translate this in Arabic to understand more. If I told you when I finish my education, الترجمة للعربي لما أخلص تعليمي. اوكي خلينا نحكي بالعربي. لما اجي احكي مع شخص انا بكون قاعد بحكي معه، فانا بحكي له والله يا فلان لما اخلص تعليمي واسكت. احكي له لما اخلص تعليمي، او احكي له while I was playing، لما كنت العب وخلص وقفت. فهو بيطلع فيه زي هيك وبيسالني بيحكي لي لما تخلص تعليمك ايش بده يصير؟ لما كنت تلعب ايش صار؟ في شيء ناقص. There is something missing. by the time he entered. في الوقت اللي هو دخل وسكتت. طب ماشي، في الوقت اللي هو دخل ايش صار؟ هل صار حاجة؟ فهان here we find that there is no complete idea. The thought is not completed. There is something missing from the meaning. You give me the first half and there is the second half that is missing. When I finish my education, okay, when you finish your education, what will happen? What you will be doing? While I was playing. Okay, while you were playing, what happened? Did something happen? Did you hurt? By the time he entered, what happened? And so on. So these are not sentences. Now let's correct them and see what are the correct forms. Okay, not sentences. Right now we'll be doing some corrections. Is very athletic. I am sad. The error, they don't have a subject, as we said before. The correction, he is very athletic, and I am sad, because am takes an I only. It takes the subject I. The baby sleepy, they running. The error, they don't have a verb. The correction, the baby is sleeping, or they are running. The man boat. Okay, the error. Some verbs require an object, such as buy, give, have, like, love, need, own, place, put, spend, and want. These verbs, they must have an object. Later, we will be discussing what is an object and what is a subject and what is a verb. Correction. The man bought a flower, or maybe the man bought a new phone. The man bought a bicycle. The man bought a laptop. I have. You have what? I have a flower. I put the flower. I want the flower. Or I have a mobile phone. I have a bottle of water. The last kind of sentences that are mistaken, when I finish my education. The error, if a sentence began with when or while, by the time, etc., it is considered only as a half sentence that needs to be completed. These things, when, while, by the time, we will be discussing them later, they are called subordinated conjunctions. When we use these in a sentence, okay, let's leave it until we reach it. It is in the second unit, or even in the third unit. They only give you the first half of a sentence. They don't give you a complete meaning. So the correction, when I finish my education, I will travel abroad. لما أخلص تعليمي هسافر برا البلد. Okay, right now I understand that when you finish your education, something will happen. I'm not hanged in the air. I understood. Okay? Okay. Now we'll be discussing command sentences. What are the command sentences? Orientation. تلميحات, hints. If a sentence gives a command or instruction, we understand that the subject is you, but we do not write or say you. So we have the subject you, but when we write a command sentence, we do not write it. We do not write it down. The verb is always in the simple form. I mean, dictionary form. In the first form. Stop, go, wait, and be. To make a command negative, put don't in the front of the verb. Okay, so in the command sentences, the first something, we do not write you. The second something, the verb is in the simple form. And the third something, if you want to make it negative, you put don't in front of it. Okay, examples, commands. These are for affirmative commands, not negative. Be quiet. We do not write you. Because of that, I deleted it. Be quiet. Wait for me. Speak slowly. We can notice also that all of the verbs are in the simple form. Be, wait, and speak. Okay, the negative commands. Don't eat so much. Here is the verb, and we put don't before it. Don't forget to leave, or don't worry. This is a quick summary about command sentences. Don't put you, put the verb in a simple form, and if you want to make it negative, put don't before the verb. Okay. Subjects, verbs, and objects. We said previously that a sentence, to be a true sentence, a complete sentence, it must contain a subject and a verb, and some verbs take objects. And we discussed this and we said what these verbs are. Okay, right now we'll be discussing each one of them separately. Okay, the subjects, the verbs, and the objects. First, let's talk about the subject. The subject, it tells who or what did something. So it tells you who is the person or who is the thing that did the verb. So it tells you who is the person who did the verb. It is a noun or a pronoun. I think this is clear that it is the subject can be a noun or a pronoun. Examples. My roommate lost his keys. So who lost his keys? Who did the verb? Who did the verb lost? My roommate. He lost his keys. Soccer and tennis are my favorite sports. The verb are. Before it, there's a subject or a compound subject. We will be discussing it also later. A subject that contains two nouns. A compound subject. What are my favorite sports? Soccer and tennis. Okay, the verb. The verb, sometimes it tells, so the verb has two conditions. It can either tell an action or it can just express a feeling. Sometimes it tells an action. Action verbs, they name an action such as hit, go, speak, lose, and come. The taxi hit the child. The action verbs, they always take an object. Or not always, some of the action verbs take an object. The taxi hit. The taxi hit what? The child. So the child is an object. What is the verb? Hit. I went to school. Went is the verb. I did an action. I was walking and went to school. The taxi did an action when he hit the child. He was speeding very fast. He didn't see the child and he hit him. So these are action verbs. The action verbs, they express an action. It tells an action. The second type of verbs, they just link, or as we know them, stative verbs. They just link or give you a feeling. They just link the subject with the rest of the sentence, such as be, become, look, feel, seem, smell, sound, and taste. Okay, these are the five senses, which are feel, look, smell, sound, and taste. And we have be, which is which contains three things in the present: is, are, am, and contains two things in the past: which are was and were. These are the forms of be. Linking verbs. So I want to say that not if only you saw a be that it is a linking verb. Also, if you saw is or are and am, was, were, these also are linking verbs. They only link the verb with the subject. Linking verbs do not have objects. Okay, I said that previously, that linking verbs do not have objects. For instance, I feel lucky today. I am the one who feels lucky. There is no object that is connected with the verb. The air smells clean. I only give you an expression that, in my opinion, the air smells clean. I only connected the verb with the subject. And this is the linking verbs, or as we know them, stative verbs. They only state an opinion or state an expression. As we can see also in the example A, I feel lucky today. That means that I am expressing to you that I feel lucky. Okay, the last thing is the object. The object, it receives the action of an action verb. It is a noun or a pronoun, so it is just like the subject. And it receives the action of an action verb. So the object comes after an action verb. It does not come after a stative verb, as we said that before. You can sometimes put what after the action verb to find the object. Okay, this is if you want to know what is the object. For instance, the taxi hit the child. We put what after hit. Hit what? The child. My room lost his keys. Lost what? His keys. Remember, sometimes, and not always, that this method, which is putting what after the verb, doesn't work. The sun is shining today. Okay, why it doesn't work? Because it is not an action verb. Whenever it is a stative verb, this method, which is putting what after the verb, doesn't work. The sun is shining today is shining what? Not possible. The sentence has no object. Because as we discussed before, stative verbs, they don't have an object. Only the action verbs, and some action verbs can have an object. So the object, it receives the action of an action verb. So if I said, the taxi hit the child. The taxi hit. Hit what? Who got the action of the hitting? The child. And this is all about objects, I think. Okay. Capitalization. 6 rules of capitalization. The first rule in capitalization, as we all know, the first word in a sentence. The first word in a sentence must be capitalized. Any word in a sentence must be capitalized. The pronoun I, which a lot of students do that, they do not capitalize the pronoun I. Whenever you write the pronoun I in any conversation, practice from now to always capitalize it, because this is really important. It can make you lose some marks. So the first word in a sentence must be capitalized and the pronoun I. Name of people and their titles. Names of people and their titles. What do we mean when we say names of people and their titles? Okay. This is when we have a person that is really famous and has a title, such as King Abdullah, President Putin, or Professor Indian Jonas, Mrs. and Mr. Whenever the person is famous and well known, we must capitalize their titles and their names. But if I'm saying king alone, like the first something, I said King Abdullah. We capitalize King and we capitalize Abdullah. We capitalize the title of this person and we capitalize its name. And we all know that names must be capitalized. This is obvious. But if I put king alone without any person, saying that he is a king, but who is this king? We don't know. This is an anonymous sentence, so we don't capitalize king right now. Only capitalize these words: king, president, professor, Mr., Mrs. You only capitalize them whenever they are connected with a noun or a famous noun. Sometimes these titles don't have a name, but they are obvious. For instance, the last example here, the President of the United States has dinner with the Emperor of Japan. Okay, the President of the United States, it is obvious that there is only one president for the United States, who is John Biden. Okay, right now. So there is no need to mention his name. There's no need to say the President of the United States, John Biden, because we all know that the United States right now has one president, and we all know that. It is known globally. There's no need, and we also capitalize the first letters in each word, except of the. We will discuss this right now. Nationalities, languages, religions, and ethnic groups. Nationalities nationalities يعني جنسيات. We all know what are nationalities. Swedish, English. Okay, English, it is a nationality. It can be a nationality and it can be a language. Religions, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, ethnic groups, Native American or Asian. These words must be capitalized whenever they come in a sentence. The nationalities, the languages, the religions, and the ethnic groups. The fifth something is names of school courses with the numbers. Okay, I think I said this at the first of the meeting when I said that in the heading you write your full name. You remember when I said that in the heading you write first your full name, then you write the course name. Okay, listen. The course name, if it contains a number, okay, if it contains a number, we capitalize the course name. If it does not contain a number, we do not capitalize it. So history, okay, psychology 101, it does has a number, so we capitalize psychology. We capitalize the letter P. But if I said history, math, physics, or if I even said psychology alone without a number, we do not capitalize it. Only if there is a number connected with the name of the school courses or the university courses, we capitalize the first letter. Okay, if a school subject was a language such as Russian history or Russian history, if the school name, the school course was a language, we capitalize it, referring that to the fourth rule, which says nationalities, languages must be capitalized. So Russian history, Russian is a nationality, so we must capitalize it. But note that we do not capitalize history because it is not something that it must be capitalized. We only capitalize history if there is a number after it, as we can see at the following example. History 101, we capitalize the first letter. Physics 352, we capitalize the first letter. So we only capitalize school courses or university courses that only have numbers. If they do not have numbers and they are languages, we also capitalize the language. The sixth rule and the final rule, specific places you could find on the map. Okay, leave about the map. Leave the map. Whenever there's a specific place, a famous place that everyone knows, you capitalize it. Leave the examples here. South America, Amazon River. These all are famous examples. If you said الشيخ رضوان مثلا, you capitalize it because it is famous. You can find it on the map. If you said شارع النصر, capitalize it. Islamic University of Gaza, capitalize it because we all know the الجامعة الإسلامية. Anything that it is specific and we all know must be capitalized. First Street, الشارع الأول. Okay, you can see that it is a normal name, First Street. But in Gaza, when I tell you الشارع الأول, it is known that الشارع الأول is located in مثلا الشيخ رضوان. So it is a specific place that everyone knows. So it must be capitalized. Okay, let's discuss the extra rule and finish. All the words of a title must be capitalized. All the words of a title, كل كلمات العنوان لازم تتكبر. ما عدا. Okay. كل كلمات العنوان لازم تتكبر. Also, we do not put a period. في العنوان يا جماعة ما بنحطش نقطة. So العنوان التايتل بنكبر كل حروفه ما بنحط له نقطة. برضه في العنوان في كلمات معينة. There are some words that aren't capitalized in the title, such as to, and, the article a, the article the, for, and in. These words, we do not capitalize them. Me and the friend. Okay, notice that this is a title. We do not put a period and we do not capitalize these words. We only capitalize them if they came at the beginning of the title. If these words came at the beginning of a title, they are capitalized. The friend and me. When we put the article the at the beginning of the title, we capitalize it. But if we put it as this previous example, me and the friend, when we put the in the middle of the title, we didn't capitalize it. So this is a really extra rule. You can't find it in the book. It is only said by a teacher, okay? So I think we should stop until here. We have been in the meeting for 1 hour. Okay, next time we'll be discussing sentence structure, about simple sentences, and so on. Okay, guys, have a nice day, and I wish you very good luck. يعطيكم العافية يا جماعة وشكرا على الحضور. دمتم بخير جميعا.